A midday sun blazed over Times Square, turning the city's relentless energy into a high-stakes drama. Forget the dazzling billboards, the tourist throngs, the genuine spectacle unfolded on unforgiving concrete. David, a ghost in the urban machine, crumbled, succumbing to exhaustion and life's accumulated blows. He became a forgotten face, another casualty of circumstance, until fate and gravity staged an intervention. From the bustling periphery, Keanu Reeves materialized, shedding his celebrity persona to reveal raw humanity. A subtle shift in his posture, a tightening around his eyes, betrayed a surge of instinctive action. He saw not an aimless pauper, but a man in dire need, triggering a chain reaction, a ripple of compassion through the city's hardened veins. Ella, a medical student driven to heal amidst the metropolis' demands, had her carefully charted path intersect with David's despair. Drawn by duty, and perhaps a reflection of her ideals in Keanu's actions, she pushed against the current, her medical bag a symbol of potential salvation. Could classroom expertise conquer the brutal immediacy of the street? More than a simple collapse, this highlighted the invisible bonds linking disparate lives in a city fostering anonymity. Could simple compassion triumph over widespread indifference? Would this pivotal moment unveil a dormant humanity lurking beneath layers of city cynicism? The resolution wasn't about dramatic displays but the quiet bravery of strangers who chose to see, to care, to act. Times Square, a vortex of human ambition and fleeting dreams, pulsated with relentless energy. Skyscrapers clawed at the sky, their glass facades reflecting a distorted reality of aspiration and commerce. Amidst the cacophony of honking taxis and hurried footsteps, lay David, a discarded relic swallowed by the city's indifference. His story, etched in the lines on his weathered face, hinted at a life derailed, a past shrouded in shadows. Enter Keanu Reeves, an icon revered for his on-screen heroism, yet grounded by an innate sense of empathy. Haunted by personal loss, he possessed a unique ability to connect with human suffering, transforming him from detached observer to proactive participant. His motivation stemmed not from a desire for recognition, but a deep-seated belief in the inherent worth of every individual. Ella, a whirlwind of ambition and compassion, navigated the chaotic landscape of medical school. Driven by a fierce desire to alleviate suffering, she found herself torn between the clinical detachment demanded by her profession and the visceral empathy she couldn't suppress. David's plight ignited a conflict within her, forcing her to confront the limitations of textbooks and the urgent need for human connection. Marcus, a street vendor striving for survival, viewed the world through the pragmatic lens of daily struggle. Yet, beneath his calloused exterior lay a wellspring of generosity, forged in the crucible of his own hardships. He saw in David a reflection of his past struggles, a reminder of the importance of community and the simple act of lending a hand. Nina, a digital storyteller seeking meaning in a fragmented world, chronicled the unfolding event with a mix of detached observation and burgeoning empathy. Initially driven by the pursuit of viral content, she soon realized the profound power of authentic storytelling, the ability to inspire compassion and ignite social change. As David's condition worsened, Ella discovered a hidden medical condition, intensifying her struggle to help amidst limited resources. Keanu, facing intrusive paparazzi, wrestled with balancing his public image and genuine desire to assist. Marcus confronted his past prejudices against the homeless, while Nina uncovered a shocking secret about David's former life, threatening to unravel the narrative of simple compassion. Ella's immediate goal was to stabilize David, but a lack of proper medical equipment on the street proved a significant hurdle. Her subplot involved navigating hospital bureaucracy to secure a bed for him, revealing a system strained by limited resources. She confided in Keanu, forging a bond built on shared purpose and mutual respect for each other's abilities. Keanu, driven by his desire to ensure David's well-being, faced the obstacle of unwanted media attention. He aimed to protect David's dignity while battling relentless paparazzi, leading to a subplot where he considered using his influence to raise awareness about homelessness, but feared exploitation of David's story. His interactions with Nina sparked conflict, testing the boundaries of journalistic integrity versus human compassion. Marcus, initially wanting only to offer basic aid, grappled with his ingrained prejudices as he learned more about David's past. His subplot explored his attempts to reconcile his preconceived notions with the reality of David's situation, leading to interactions with fellow vendors who held vastly different perspectives. He aimed to challenge their biases, sparking uncomfortable but necessary conversations. Nina's primary goal was to capture the unfolding narrative, but she struggled with the ethical dilemma of exploiting David's vulnerability for her blog. Her subplot involved wrestling with her editor's demands for sensationalism versus her growing empathy for David, leading to her seeking advice from a seasoned journalist who had faced similar moral challenges. This forced her to define her own journalistic principles. The inciting incident arrived in the form of a leaked photograph. A tabloid published a picture of David from his past life, revealing him as a disgraced CEO who had embezzled millions before disappearing. This revelation shattered the image of the helpless pauper, instantly casting doubt on the motives of those helping him, forcing everyone to confront their assumptions. Ella, struggling with hospital red tape, now faced accusations of aiding a criminal. The photo undermined her professional credibility, jeopardizing her ability to secure David the necessary care. She felt betrayed, her ethical compass spinning as she questioned her initial judgment. Keanu, battling negative press already, found himself embroiled in a public relations nightmare. The photograph fueled accusations of performative activism, forcing him to defend his genuine intentions while navigating the treacherous waters of celebrity image management. He questioned if his involvement was ultimately helping or hurting David. Marcus, having started to connect with David on a personal level, felt conflicted and betrayed. The photograph challenged his newfound empathy, forcing him to confront his own biases and grapple with the complexities of forgiveness. He wondered if David deserved his help or if he had been manipulated. Nina, sensing a massive shift in the narrative, wrestled with the ethical implications of exploiting David's past for a sensational story. The photograph presented an opportunity for viral fame, but it also risked destroying David's chances of redemption. She grappled with her conscience, knowing her next move would have profound consequences. The photograph triggered a wave of public condemnation, jeopardizing David's access to medical care and shelter. He faced new challenges as past victims of his embezzlement resurfaced, demanding justice and restitution, turning his hospital room into a battleground of conflicting emotions. Ella, determined to uphold her Hippocratic oath, sought legal advice from a pro bono lawyer, Sarah, who believed everyone deserved a fair defense. Sarah's introduction added a legal subplot, exploring the complexities of guilt, redemption, and the right to health care, regardless of past actions. Keanu, facing mounting pressure from his publicist to distance himself from David, wrestled with his conscience. He secretly funded David's legal defense, facing a new challenge, keeping his involvement hidden while providing crucial support. This led to tense interactions with his longtime friend and manager, adding layers to Keanu's internal conflict. Marcus, struggling to reconcile his empathy with David's past, sought guidance from his religious community. His subplot explored themes of forgiveness and compassion, testing his faith and forcing him to confront his own moral shortcomings. He introduced a new perspective, highlighting the role of faith in navigating ethical dilemmas. Nina, wrestling with her journalistic integrity, decided to investigate David's past, seeking to understand the circumstances that led to his downfall. She interviewed former employees and victims, uncovering a story far more complex than the tabloid portrayal, adding nuance to the narrative and forcing her to make a difficult choice about what to publish. David's fragile health crumbled further, the weight of legal battles and relentless public exposure taking its toll. Ella's ability to deliver proper care diminished as hospital restrictions tightened, culminating in a fierce confrontation with the administrator prioritizing the hospital's tarnished image above David's very life. This ignited a fire within her, solidifying her vow to expose systemic failings rotting the healthcare system from within. Keanu's covert funding of David's legal team faced exposure when a bitter member of his inner circle leaked the details to the press, placing his reputation on a knife's edge and opening him up to serious legal repercussions. He now faced a daunting crossroads: confess his involvement and risk the media firestorm, or remain silent, potentially dooming David to an unjust fate. Marcus, caught between his deeply held faith and his creeping doubts about David's true character, found himself face to face with one of David's victims, a struggling single mother, stripped of her savings by his past actions. Her desperate plea for justice amplified his internal turmoil, forcing him to choose between extending compassion to David and offering empathy to those he harmed. Nina, uncovering critical evidence that cleared David of some accusations, was met with intense pressure from her editor to suppress the findings and exploit the already sensational narrative. She stood on the precipice of a life-altering decision: risk her blossoming career by unleashing the truth, or sell out her core principles for the fleeting allure of professional success. The critical turning point materialized when David, in a fleeting moment of clarity amidst his failing health, penned a heartfelt confession, fully admitting to his past transgressions. He poured out his remorse, detailing precise instructions on how to recover a significant portion of the funds he'd stolen. He then entrusted this life-altering document to Ella, placing his faith in her integrity to ensure the victims finally received some measure of justice. This pivotal decision marked a dramatic shift, transforming him from a self-serving villain to a flawed human being desperately seeking redemption. Concurrently, Keanu, disregarding the vehement protests of his publicist and advisors, orchestrated a powerful press conference. He bravely stood before the cameras and microphones, publicly reaffirming his unwavering support for David. He implored the media and the wider public to consider the inherent complexities of human nature, acknowledging the potential for genuine remorse, growth, and ultimately, forgiveness. His courageous act sparked a profound re-evaluation within the collective conscience, inspiring many to reconsider their snap judgments and leading to an outpouring of renewed support for David. This cemented Keanu's legacy not just as a beloved actor, but as a deeply compassionate leader willing to jeopardize his own standing for the sake of his convictions. As the tide of public opinion began to turn, Ella dedicated every ounce of her energy to ensuring David's heartfelt letter reached the intended recipients, his victims. She navigated a labyrinth of legal red tape, facing skepticism from authorities initially unwilling to accept the letter's authenticity. A small but significant triumph occurred when a substantial portion of the previously embezzled funds was located and successfully recovered, providing a beacon of hope for those who had been so cruelly defrauded. Despite the growing wave of public support, Keanu began receiving veiled threats from shadowy figures deeply entangled with David's illicit past, foreshadowing a dangerous escalation of the situation. His manager, initially fiercely opposed to his involvement in the unfolding drama, started subtly offering assistance, hinting at a significant change of heart and the formation of a surprising new alliance built on shared values. Witnessing firsthand the positive ripple effects stemming from Keanu's unwavering support and the recovery of the stolen funds, Marcus wholeheartedly embraced David's genuine desire for redemption. Driven by renewed faith, he spearheaded a community-wide event to raise additional funds for the victims, showcasing the transformative power of forgiveness and inspiring countless others to confront and overcome their own deeply ingrained prejudices. Having made the momentous decision to publish her explosive investigative report, Nina found herself in a final, career-defining showdown with her ruthless editor. He issued a stark ultimatum: bury the irrefutable exonerating evidence or face immediate termination. Choosing principle over professional ambition, Nina bravely resigned from her position, setting the stage for a climactic battle where she would independently unleash the full, unadulterated truth upon the world. With David's trial looming large, a crucial witness unexpectedly retracted their sworn testimony, sparking suspicions of bribery orchestrated by influential figures desperate to shield their own involvement, thus placing David's very freedom on the line. Ella, feeling the crushing weight of time slipping away, frantically searched for any shred of new evidence to bolster his dwindling defense, battling a legal system seemingly designed to work against him at every turn. Keanu, now weathering an intense storm of public backlash and facing potentially devastating career consequences, received a chillingly credible threat to his personal safety, leaving him with a heart-wrenching choice: retreat from the spotlight and ensure his own well-being, or risk everything to stand shoulder to shoulder with David and fight for what he believed was right. His manager, having undergone a complete transformation and now fully invested in Keanu's cause, worked tirelessly behind the scenes to secure sympathetic media coverage and galvanize public support, culminating in the launch of a viral social media campaign demanding justice for David. On the verge of independently releasing her meticulously crafted report, Nina found herself the target of a sophisticated cyber attack, threatening to obliterate all of her painstakingly gathered evidence and permanently silence her voice. Galvanizing the unwavering support of her dedicated online community, she desperately raced against the clock to back up her precious files and locate a secure, uncompromised platform to publish her explosive findings, facing a powerful and ruthless adversary determined to bury the truth at any cost. In the crucible of David's highly publicized trial, Ella delivered a stunning blow, presenting undeniable proof of witness tampering and ruthlessly exposing the corrupt power brokers pulling the strings from behind the scenes. This earth-shattering revelation, combined with David's deeply moving confession and his demonstrably genuine remorse, swayed the hearts and minds of the previously skeptical jury. The presiding judge, acknowledging the dramatically altered circumstances and David's unwavering commitment to restitution for his crimes, handed down a surprisingly lenient sentence, clearly prioritizing rehabilitation and restorative justice over mere retribution. Though not fully absolved of his past actions, David was at long last presented with a tangible pathway to genuine redemption. Braving credible threats to his own personal safety, Keanu took to the stand and testified passionately about David's inherent humanity, his words striking a chord deep within the collective consciousness and further shifting the already changing tides of public opinion. Seizing this pivotal moment, he leveraged his global platform to announce the formation of a groundbreaking new foundation, dedicated to providing comprehensive support for both the often forgotten victims of white-collar crimes and creating meaningful rehabilitation opportunities for former offenders seeking to reintegrate into society, transforming a moment of profound crisis into a long-lasting catalyst for positive societal change. Just as the insidious cyber attack threatened to permanently silence her vital voice, Nina, with the unwavering support of her fiercely loyal online community, discovered a secure and unassailable platform to finally publish her explosive investigative report. Her meticulously researched exposé went viral within hours, laying bare the unvarnished truth behind David's spectacular downfall and exposing the identities of the powerful individuals who had desperately attempted to bury it forever. Inspired and emboldened by Nina's unwavering courage, countless other whistleblowers emerged from the shadows, sparking a far-reaching movement demanding transparency, accountability, and fundamental justice across all sectors. Let this powerful story ignite a fire within you, inspiring you to discover your unique capacity to act with unwavering compassion and relentlessly fight for justice, regardless of the seemingly insurmountable obstacles standing in your path. In the years that followed, David wholeheartedly devoted his life to serving his community, tirelessly working to make amends for his past transgressions and emerging as a passionate and influential advocate for restorative justice within the criminal justice system. Ella, deeply moved and forever changed by her experiences, redirected the course of her medical career, dedicating herself to providing compassionate care to underserved and marginalized communities, becoming both a skilled healer and a vocal champion for meaningful healthcare reform. Keanu, continuing his long-standing philanthropic endeavors, utilized his powerful global platform to amplify the often silenced voices of the unheard and underrepresented, demonstrably proving that even the smallest, seemingly insignificant acts of kindness can ignite a global movement capable of transforming the world. Nina, having firmly established herself as a highly respected and fearless investigative journalist, relentlessly pursued truth and justice, using her incisive voice and unwavering commitment to hold the powerful accountable for their actions and inspire lasting, positive change within society. Decades later, a modest but poignant park was established in the heart of Times Square, featuring a simple, unassuming bench adorned with a plaque commemorating the day a forgotten pauper collapsed onto the unforgiving concrete and a world-renowned celebrity knelt beside him, offering a hand at a moment of profound human connection. The plaque bore a simple, yet deeply powerful inscription: "Compassion changes everything." Let this serve as an enduring reminder that each and every one of us possesses the inherent power to make a significant difference in the lives of others, to bridge the seemingly unbridgeable divides that separate us, and to actively create a more just, equitable, and compassionate world for all. Go forth, and consciously choose kindness.